Trouble brewing in Biden's EV la-la land, and let's start with the simple fact that nobody wants them.
No matter how cheap or how many government incentives and subsidies, Americans are letting Biden ride solo on this one, but he's bringing the auto industry down with him.
Ford, in the most recent quarter, lost more than $36,000 per electric vehicle sold in that quarter. And just to get to the damn things off the lots, automakers are offering now rebates of nearly $8,000 to anyone will take one. And that's on top of the money that you get from the government.
So despite all the red flags, Biden persists. He doesn't stop. Joining us now, auto expert Mike Caudill. Mike, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So as Dagan just mentioned, Ford is losing $36,000 a car. Incentives are being thrown out on lots for cars that nobody wants. Does this insanity ever end, or are we going to push the auto industry right off the cliff? Now, Biden pushed the auto industry.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, you guys. And you know what? There's two sides to this equation. And the first is early adopters, right? So early adopters came into the market, and they were gung-ho. They didn't care about what the prices were of electric vehicles. They just wanted their Tesla, and they went out and bought it. The problem is those early adopters, they already have their electric vehicles, and now you are moving into mainstream America. They don't understand range. They don't want to understand range. They just like a good deal on a vehicle. So with the average price of an electric vehicle hovering in that $60,000 range, the cheapest one on the market is a Nissan Leaf, right around $26,000. But I say hogwash to all of it, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. You can throw the tax credits out the door. It's all about, do Americans want them? And the way you get Americans to want electric vehicles is through marketing. I know that sounds crazy, but if you talk about the environment, we're all learning now that making these vehicles is not as easy as just flipping a switch. You are mining for this stuff. So it's all about making them fast, fun, and cool. And if they go that route, they might be able to pick up sales.
They should have focused on hybrid vehicles, just like Toyota said, because you get this greater emissions reduction from 90 hybrids than you do one plug-in electric vehicle. And a hybrid is badass because you still run on gasoline or you can use the electric motor. And I want to get to this. Apparently, China dominating the EV industry is President Trump's fault.
When my predecessor, the distinguished, anyway. When my predecessor was in office, 6 factories closed across the country. Tens of thousands of auto jobs were lost nationwide. And on top of that, he was willing to cede the future of electric vehicles to China. He said if America invests in electric vehicles, it would drive down wages. It would destroy jobs. It would spell the end of the American automobile industry. Well, like almost everything else he said, he's wrong. You have proved him wrong.
Mike?
I mean, guys, come on. How long does this president have to be in office to keep bringing up President Trump and EV policy? I mean, I actually like electric vehicles. They are fast and they are fun to drive, but you are marketing them wrong to the American consumer. And when you look at what President Biden's doing, you can throw the tax credits out the door. You can throw the pricing out the door. You have to create an environment where consumers want to buy these cars. And right now, they don't want to buy them because they don't understand them. And they're getting all of this EV stuff shoved down their throat.
You want market demand. It's a market-based economy. You don't want government pushing them down our throat. You're right. Mike Caudill, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us. Our car guy. Great.
Can I say one real quick thing to you? This deal that the UAW has inked with these 3 U.S. automakers, and because of the expense of making these stupid cars that they're going to be forced to make, the U.S. taxpayer is going to have to bail out these 3 automakers because of EVs and because they're being forced to be made here in the United States. If you cared about the environment, let China make cheap crap and just stick to what sells. You're going to be asked to pay to bail out these jobs. I say no way.